ปิตาเปียมาเนียพิเขาจังไรอันตะตัวคือทอเจียเปล่าพระเตบาทองข้างดอเลียมัวอัตราจังไรปีประกาศในบาปเจนมันกลัวแทรกกงคือท่ามันกลัวประพฤติลายกะตะเมตเวอันตะตัวจังไรปียังโนโดยมาเดินโยจายังกาเมสุกามาสุภาลิกาโนโยโกทัวนาได้ประกอบคลวนอ่อยจวบจมเปียได้กามขนมกามจังไรให้นาวเจียทัวทองเปียเปียงโมเจียทัวระบอเนี่ยตรมป่าไทยยันนิกาเจียทัวระบอเปิดไทยจน
First, I would like to pay my homage to the Triple Gem, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. Again, my deep respect to Venerable Mahasangha, and greetings to all friends in Dhamma around the globe. Again, I am Sakan Tim, live from Seattle, Washington, and welcome back to our Dhammika Life Dhamma Sandhana program. So this program is brought to you by the Dhammika Life Foundation, which is led by our most venerable Sok TV, who currently resides at Wat Kamarat Potiram, Seattle, Washington. So this program is hosted in both languages on Friday. So we're hosting this program every Friday at 8 p.m. Cambodia time and 6 a.m. Seattle time. And it's the language switches interchangeably. So our main purpose is to disseminate the Buddha's teaching, which is related in our daily life to all people around the world. And today's Dhamma topic discussion will be on, Sura Mera Yama Japa. Excuse me, Bang Group. Yeah, Sura May, excuse me, it's going to be a tongue twister because, so it's Sura Mera Ya, Sura Mera Yama Japa Madana Vera Mani. Okay, thank you. So it's two refrains from Intoxicants. So it's such a great privilege to have our two distinguished Dhamma speaker to join us today. So before we begin our discussion, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our today's speaker. So good morning to our speaker. The first speaker is Bhante. Good morning. Our first speaker is Bhante Sorata. Currently, he resides at Pape Grau Monastery, Kandal Province, and he's a principal in charge of English program and Dhamma in English program at Metta Buddhist International School, Pape Grau Monastery. He earned a bachelor degree in teaching English as foreign language at Human Resources University. In 2018, he was awarded the scholarships in Buddha Dhamma Studies to International Theravada Buddhist Missionary University, Myanmar. Presently, he's pursuing MA in Leaderships in Banyasasatra, University of Cambodia. And then our second speaker is Bhante Beng Kim Hong, and he is residing at Wat Phom Thmay in Kandal Province. Bhante is a third-year student at Institute of Foreign Language and currently a teacher at Wat Phom Thmay Buddhist Primary School. So we have our two Dhamma speaker here, and so welcome again, and thank you for following us live show today. And so let's get into our program. And excuse me. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you. So nowadays in this world, there are so many kinds of intoxicants out there, both legal and illegal. And such intoxicant can be dangerous to our health, both physically and mentally, and even death. So, Bhante Ratha, what are considered as intoxicants? May you explain and give us some more information on that, please?
Okay. Thank you so much for giving me the floor for this. Okay. Namato Ratanati Yasa. May my adoration be to the triple gems, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. My respect to Venerable Mahasangha around the globe, and especially my respect to Venerable Founder of this program, Venerable Monipoto. And here we have it, our Venerable Pinkum Hong as the Dhamma speaker as well. My best regard to lay devotees around the globe, and especially Anyom Sakontam, the moderator here. And thank you for helping me again. I have a great privilege and honor to be in this important program. And today we have, I can say, the important, the interesting, and also the hot topic on, let me repeat, Surah Miraya Vajapamavatadana Veramani Sikha Padang Samadhiyami, which is the fifth precepts in the 5 precepts, Buddhist precept. The Buddha admonishes us to observe the precept to refrain from taking intoxicants, from drinking alcohol. So I got the first question: what is considered as the intoxicant? It is become the common thing in the society. The intoxicant, or what we can call intoxicant, that means any substance that is known to have intoxicating effect, include alcohol or the other kind of alcoholic beverage. And we can see just like kind of beer, kind of wine that is mixed, or the substances by the intoxicating effect, intoxicating substance, or the other kind of fermented or distilled liquor, which are regarded as, we just consider intoxicant, or fermented and distilled liquors and other alcoholic liquors. So these are considered as the intoxicant. That's it. Thank you.
So intoxicants are considered as like any substance that is known as to have or does have intoxicating effects on it, like marijuana, those who beer, or cocaine or opiate, something like that, right? Anything that's control substance. It's a system. I would say any like unusual substance that goes into our body can consider as intoxicants. So this is the 5th precepts, like you mentioned, that we are talking about. Sura mera yamachap pamatana verarani, or if refraining from intoxicants. So why does this mean from the Buddhist teaching, Bhante Kim Hong? Could you give us some insight on that, please?
Thank you so much, your moderators, Team Sakon, and first of all, I would like to pay my homage to the Triple Gems, Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and also pay my heartfelt respect to all venerable like Mahasangaraja, and also the founders of the foundation of the Dhammika life, and also venerable brother Saratha, my brother. Yes, and also I would like to pay my heartfelt respect and enthusiasm to Nyom Sri Tim Sakon, moderator today, and also my first time. Yeah, this is my second time, and also respect and also pay my friendliness to all the audiences like who are watching. And but before I start to answer my question, the question be above, I would like to test my sound first. Can you hear me well, everybody, ladies and gentlemen? Hear me well, right? Because the first at first everybody cannot hear me well. Okay, better. Okay, better. And yes, and thank you so much all the viewers and lay people and everybody here. Yes, and my my motivation today is your sharing. If you keep sharing, click sharing for other people, yeah, I really appreciate that action, that clicking, like you click to other people to learn about this as well, because today, it is a very special topic, and as you can see that Yom Sri Sakon said about the precept, the Surah Meraya Pamat, Surah Meraya Chapamatana Viramani. So sometimes it make me feel like weird and strange with this, but the simple one is simple. That is the Bali language. So sometimes it's a little bit long, so we can make our intonation and pronunciation not good. So you can learn about it. It's also about focusing on the intoxicant. Intoxicant. Yeah, it's only about the intoxicant. So click sharing about this, because it is the we can call it the popular topic that. Yeah, everybody here, sometimes people can hear, when they know about this and see this topic, they will, escape from the video. And some of the people want to learn about it, they will go in, yeah, they will watch the video. Just sometimes, because most of the people, nowadays they use this as the sometimes, honestly, it becomes the habit, it becomes the part of their life, alcohol, intoxicant, yeah, become the part of their lives. They are some people they're doing they are they're doing it in everyday life, in the weekend, at the weekend and something like that. So yeah, drinking is drinking, still keep drinking. But today I really appreciate that you all can join this video and learn about the topic that we raise up today, and we justify to raise awareness to everybody. So I hope that this video could be can be a good video and a good participation in your life, and you make a consideration in your life as well. So um, uh, if you know about this, and in the future you can make change in some part that you have done so far. And now the time is limit, the time is constrained, so I would like to go straight to the question. Yeah, um like I have mentioned, in the fourth precept, everything that the Buddha taught always has something inside, the hidden message in it. So when you see about the five moral precepts, the five moral precept, this is the last precept of the five moral precept. So why it is at the end, and what does it mean in it? What does it mean in this? So when you write a paragraph and you write an essay, there will be something that is the conclusion. So Zoramera Yamachapama Dadhana, or the last precept, also will be the conclusion of the five moral precepts. Why? Yeah, I will show you a story. But later. And now I will tell you the meaning first. The hidden message, the hidden meaning in it. If we talk in, if we sh- I, if it is shown you in Khmer, ខ្ញុំប្រកាសណាសូមសមាទាននៅសិក្ខាបទគឺចេតនាជាហេតុវិចារកិរិយា ជាទីតាំងនៃសេចក្តីប្រមាទគឺផឹកនៅទឹកស្រវឹងគឺសុរានិងមេរ័យ This is in Khmer, this is Khmer in English. I undertake the precept to refrain from intoxicating drinks and drugs which lead to carelessness or heedlessness. So when you know the sentence, the simple sentence, a simple sentence with this, how do you think about it? You might think that just a simple speaking, but when you look straight to the meaning, the deep meaning, and you can learn about the teaching of the Buddha, the real teaching of the Buddha. Although this topic can affect to other people, but it's the real teaching of the Buddha. We just talk something about the real teaching of the Buddha. Lead to carelessness and heedlessness or heedlessness. What is the carelessness? Carelessness, and when the Buddha's talk always teach people avoid from the carelessness, because carelessness is the head, and it's the head of the dying of your mind, and the dying of something inside, and make you become other people. You change your characteristic, you change your behavior, change something in your life. So carelessness is very important for everyday life of human being. So when you don't have the emotion, when you have you don't have the you live with the carelessness, and one day you will live in suffering, you will live in regret, and sometimes it can make you live in the just like the difficult situation for a long time, get can make you get into a jam, get into a difficulty, and you will be stuck in one way, and very difficult, because you always do something without any consideration, without any concentration. You just do it because the intoxicant, like Venerable Ratha show, in mention about the this precept, consider about the consideration about this precept. But I just want to separate it in two words first. The first word is the Sora, and the second word is the Mirai. You can see in this word there are two different words. What is this two in different word? Sora, and we talk about Sora in Khmer, we change it to Sra, and the people know about what is a Sra, so pak Sra, and the drink Sra, and the drink alcohol and drink something else. So Sra, we can we can some of the people prove to for drinking, and prove it with the alcohol, alcohol that can sometime we can drink it, when we drink it, and we feel happy and feel something like that, as the people said about this. And and also Merai talk about the also the intoxicant, but it kinds of the the intoxicant that that we brew from the fruit, brew from the vegetable or something else. So it's called mirai. So you can see in Cambodia, most popular is mirai in Cambodia. But nowadays, soda and also the alcohol, in Cambodia is very popular both. But the mirai is popular in the countryside, and also in the Europe, and also in the United States. There's a mirai as well. There's a mirai as well, because like the crab, the crab intoxicant and something like that. So most of the people try to use it. Not using using alcohol and using intoxicant is not bad all the time. The Buddha also mention about the intoxicant, also talk about the alcohol. When you use it in a good way, use it a little bit, just like when you use it for the pregnant, for the women who are pregnant, they drink it a little bit, for the patient, and they drink it a little bit for to cure, and to to treat the disease, to treat the disease, to make you recovered, or to make you better, to make our health better, our body better. Because some intoxicant, and when we put in the body, we can make our vein, make our our body active, our body, make our body active and can change some part of the disease. So it's a good way that the Buddha allows you to use that. But if you use it too much, use it to drink it and drink until you forget everything, until you don't know who you are. You speak without any consideration. Some other people try to, they are the, reserved person. They don't speak too much. They are not talkative. But when they drink, a cup of, a glass of wine, a glass of alcohol, yeah, after that, they change their mind and they speak a lot. And they speak a lot and they do something bad to other people. Sometimes they do violent to other people. So the real meaning is to away from the carelessness. When the people are drunk, they have no the carelessness. But the carelessness, they are careless. When they're careless, they will do something without any thinking, without any emotion, without any consideration to other people. So this is the real meaning in it. And another point I will add more in it. I will add more in these points. But what I want to show you in the meaning of the second part of the question is about the soda and mirai, or the intoxicant. Intoxicant, we can the intoxicating drinks. I mean that alcohol and something like that, as I mentioned, and also drugs. I forget the drugs. Drugs is also regarded as the intoxicants, because some drugs, when we use it, it change the brain. Make other people to become bipolar, to become schizophrenia. The schizophrenia and bipolar, I mean that the people become stupid. Become stupid and change their behavior, and fighting and hitting and do violent to their parents, do violent to their family members. By this reason, it also regard as the Surah, and also the fifth precepts, as I have mentioned to you. And this is the remarkable points and the essential point we should learn about the fifth precept, of the five precept. And I just want to raise one story, but I will let you know in the next points, in the next part of my turn and my floor. Yes, and now I give the floor to Madam, to Nyom Srei Tipsakon. And thank you.
Thank you, Bhante. So basically, as laymen, fermented fermented mixing for ladies that it's kind of sometimes it treat as a medicine, right? Just a fermented, like you mentioned about ladies pregnant and they need some kind of medicine mixed in together. So as long that we're not intaking too much, that doesn't give us intoxicated, it will be okay. So even like we tried red wine or something like that when we have dinner, as long that we don't overuse it, it will be okay as a layman, right? Is that right, Venerable? So can you hear me? So okay.
Me, right?
Yes. So so basically we can like even we have dinner, we can have a little bit of red wine to mix with the dinner. That's okay, right? Or even as long as not using overuse it or much intoxication.
What if we talk about this, we should learn about the Buddha's teaching and the Buddha intention.
Okay.
The Buddha is not a strict people that strict everything, but it has the reason in it. Has a reason in it. So when you use the intoxicant, because it has the label of badness. So when the people try to use it in the bad action, when they use it a lot, drink without any thinking, without any working, just drink every day, and drink too much, too much. They cannot control themselves. As the manusa, as the human being, we have a mind to control our body, But when we use the intoxicant, we use intoxicant, and we cannot control ourselves. But when turn back, go back. If we just drink it a little bit for for our lunch time, for the dinner, and something like that. For some people, they said that this is for bài chuyên ngành, bài chuyên ngành. So this is just a glass of wine. Yes, a glass of wine. Just they drink it for bài chuyên ngành, and for make the food, for make the rice delicious, and also for their health. That is not bad. That is not bad. The Buddha also talk about the health. The health is the first thing that we could, health is something first. Health first. The Buddha, the one of our prosperity, our good thing in our life is we are healthy. We have a good health. So in order to have a good health, and your intention is drinking it in order to have a good health. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, but because your intention, your intention, and in the in the fifth precept, also talk about your mind as well. So I will let you know later. But what you have to know about this is about your mind. Also talk about mind. Yeah, talk about mind when you want to drink it, and and you drink too much, it will be bad and not good.
So yes, audience, light. Don't overdo it. Even maybe okay for dinner, little red wine, or if it's just mixed for like medications, very light is okay as long as it doesn't over intoxicate us. So when we are intoxicated, we may face so many severe challenges within ourselves and with others. So Bhante Rata, can you give us what would be the consequences of intoxicant consumption, please?
Okay, thank you so much. Actually, as our Venerable Kim Hong mentioned, talking about the consequences, as mentioned in the precept, already mentioned in the precept, when we use the alcoholic drink, it make our mind, there's a problem for our mind, cause to heedlessness, cause to forgetfulness. It become negligence. It is what in Buddhism called apamada, or apamada, negligence, heedlessness, forgetfulness, in something like that, and it caused us problem in our life today, and also in the life in the hereafter. According to our Lord Buddha, the Buddha taught us the blessing. The Buddha taught us to restrain from using the alcoholic drink, like in Mangala Sutta, Majjapana Cha Sanyamo. The Buddha taught us to abstain, to restrain from using the alcoholic drink, using the intoxicant, because it causes to forgetfulness, causes to heedlessness. And then the Buddha go on to explain, apamado jats dhamesu, do not to be negligent in doing merits, in practicing the Dhamma. So when we use intoxicant, when we use alcoholic drink, we consume alcoholic drink, it causes to harm oneself and others. And also in Parabhava Sutta, Buddha also mentioned that we squander, we destroy what we earn because we use the alcoholic drink. Sura Ati Tuhoto, Sura Tuhoto, Akha Tuhoto, something like that. We get addicted to women. We become the drunkard. We are a gambler. It costs to destroy. It costs to squander what we earn. That's it. And for the other causes, for the other consequences, there are specific 6 consequences that one who used one who drinking alcohol, one who consume the intoxicant, we get that consequences in the life in the present life, in the effect we get in the present. I mean like that. One is we lost our wealth, we spend our money, we spend our our property, our money to buy. We spend for ourselves, we spend for others to drink, because as it become common, it become popular in the society. When we meet friends, when we join the party, we use alcoholic drink to serve other, to welcome your guests, welcome your friend. So we spend the money, we squander our money, we destroy what we earn. The first thing. The second thing, we increase the quarrel, we increase our enemy. In the drinking group, drinking table, for example, when we drink, it causes to forgetfulness, it causes to negligence, it causes to heedlessness, make our mind wavering. We say things we say things unimportant, we can say things impolite, and then your friend, and then the friend will mind us. It become enemy. We become we will have war, or we have we fight with each other, something like that. So we increase the quarrel, we increase the enemy, we confront the unnecessary confrontation. And the third point, that we it causes to diseases, it causes to illness, as our Venerable also mentioned, that it destroys a lot of our health. Affect to our lung, affect to our liver, something like that, right? ប៉ះពាល់ទៅថ្លើម ប៉ះពាល់ទៅនឹងបញ្ហាសុខភាពជាច្រើន អាខួរក្បាលក៏ become weak, your brain become weak, and then your body also become weak. It affect to your health especially. And the fourth point we can show shameless exposure of the body. Shameless exposure of the body, that means when you got drunk, you to take out your clothes, you take out your dress, because you lost your spirit, you lost your mentality, so that you can show anything your body when people got fully drunk. Yeah. And the fifth point, we earn an evil reputation. We got this repute when you are drunk and then you commit evil in front of your friend, in front of others, like you expose your body in front of others. When you quarrel, you have the war, you quarrel with your friend, with your enemy, and then you become disrepute. You are called a drunkard. We call like that. Disrepute, this reputation. គេហៅប្រមឹក គេហៅញៀនស្រាញៀនល្បាក់ញៀនគ្រឿងញៀនអីចឹងណា so we will become a disrepute. We earn an evil reputation. And then the last point, and it is also the important point, it causes to weakening our wisdom, to weakening our intelligence. We become forgetfulness, become wavering person. Like this is the consequence of using the drug in the present life, as I mentioned. And then in the future, when we die, we will go to woeful abode. Whenever we come to human being, our mind will become wavering. Something the person that used មនុស្សដែលមានសភាពអរវើរវាយភ្លេចច្រើន something like that. Yes, these are the consequences. We got consequences, the life in the present and also the life in the hereafter. We go to abode, we go to apaya after that. That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bante Kimhong, do you have anything to add for that as well?
Thank you a little bit, because most of the points are correct. And Venerable Ratha, thank you to Venerable Ratha. He covers the whole thing, then the whole consequence of the intoxicants consumption. And for me, I have only 2 points to participate in this question. If we talk about the intoxicant and the alcohol consumption, it will be it will affect our physical health and emotional health. So yeah, I focus on this too. Physical health, and I will make our body weaker and weaker. Yeah, weaker and weaker. So I see a lot of people, who living near the pagoda. Yeah, and also some of my relatives as well. Then from day to day after the drinkings, they become weaker, thinner and thinner. Yeah, and yeah,
Yes.
and they, because of the illness, because of the disease. When they drinks, they don't, they don't like lunch, they don't like breakfast, they don't like meals and dinner, so they don't like it. Just drinking, in the morning when they open their eyes, and they want to drink first, they want to drink first because their body is shaking. Their body is shaking. Yeah, they want to have a glass of wine. They have a glass of intoxicating drinks. When they drink it, a cup and a glass of wine, yeah, it better. But after, from day to day, it will make their body, more worse and worse, and worse and worse, and weaker and weaker. And the mental health as well. Mentality and the mental health and emotional health is they affect their mind. They cannot concentrate in one thing. It's sometimes they don't remember well, and they don't think in a good well. It affects their critical thinking. By this reason that most of Cambodian people judge somebody quickly, and judge the story in the Facebook, in the TikToks, and in the social media quickly without any consideration, because lack of the because they live in carelessness. They live in carelessness, and with drinks, alcohol and something like that, they can affect their mental health. Yeah, and thank you. That's all.
Thank you. Yes, I was going to say that alcohol intoxication causes, like you mentioned and Bante Rata mentioned, it does causes our behavior problems and mental changes, and it would create so many inappropriate behavior, like and then we would create, create addictions, have a lot of addictions, and also Bhante Rata indicated that we expose ourselves and then we would have bad reputation. So it's not worth it. It's not really worth it. We got to learn how to control the consumptions of alcohol. And so although people know that being intoxicated could harm ourselves, causing behavior and mental challenges, even causes death, why do people still consume intoxicant, Bante? Kim Hong?
Thank you so much, Yom Sakon, for this question. And this question is the touching question. Yeah, straight to the point. And the people know about the consequences. The people know about the bad effect, and also the the points and the the disadvantages of drinking alcohol and drinking intoxicating drinks. But why they still use it? They still drink it. Yeah. There are many factors, many factors that lead them to be that, that lead them to drink it. The first thing that I have realized on the my real life, my real life around the the people around me who living around it. Um, the first point is about the social factors. Social factor in Cambodia and around the world. Mostly is in Cambodia. Yeah, not in Cambodia, just around the world. You can see that the social factors, especially for the party, for the party, they cannot, arrange it without any, intoxicant. They have to, involve intoxicant in it, and to make the party more happy, yeah, and happy with the intoxicant and to drink it. The ceremony you can see in Cambodia, ceremony, nowadays, funeral also have the intoxicant, also have the beer, also have the alcohol. Yeah, you can see that. Sometimes, Pachai Bun or Chamran Pachun, so you can see they use it. They use it. Yeah, they still use it. Why? Because they are friends, because the advertisement, friends and something like that. So you can, in Cambodia, when we make friends, when they make friends, and some friends, they are, they do drinks, and they love drinking alcohol. They like drinking alcohol. They like drinking intoxicants, and they always invite and lead, and invite, they're their friends to drink alcohol, so they think that this is the honesty, showing their honesty to the friends, with drinks, yeah, and keep drinking at night, or spend his time, waste his time and drinking the alcohol. They always think that it is the a good point of relationship. They can strengthen their tie of friendship. Yeah, they will have an eternal friendship. You can see in the social media some of some group of men. They always, sometimes they live stream like us live stream here, right, like this. But we live stream to provide, to raise awareness, the intoxicant, refraining from intoxicant. But they live stream to show their honesty, to show their friendship, that, oh, today we drink, and today we drink. So if you have a child, your child, yeah, call me father, your child call other people father. So they create a friendship, they make a friendship, a strong friendship while drinking. But sometimes when they, get a prize, they will get a prize from the beer, from the alcohol. They always get the argument with each other. So this is mine, this is yours, and something like that. So this is not a good friendship. This is not a real friendship as well. So the first point is about the social factors. Social factor, friends, and also the advertisement. You can see the plaques and the the plaques that the advertisement. Advertisement. You can see everywhere in social media, in YouTube, in Facebook, in TVs, and then also the on the road, and you can see everybody see, start from a young boy, young kid. They was born. After they was born, they opened their eye to see the advertisement of intoxicant, the advertisement of the alcohol. So this is also a point that can lead people to drink it, although they know the bad effect of the effect of the intoxicant, but they still drink it. The second point about the governmental factors. Governmental factor here, when I live in Singapore, they set a law, create a law about the people under 18 cannot buy the intoxicant, cannot buy the alcohol. But more than that, they can. And also at night, and they close selling the intoxicants, intoxicating drinks, and something like that. So the government should strengthen and also restrict the age of the adult, of the young man and the young women. So in Cambodia, women also drinking it. So, and the third part is the third factors. I just want to focus on is about the emotional factors. Emotional factors, I mean that they, some of the people, they get stressed. Yeah, they get stressed. They always go to the bar. They always go to the karaoke. They always go to the shop. to find the intoxicants, to drink, in order to forget the bad memory, in order to forget the bad memory, and in order to forget a sweetheart, who betray them, yeah, to betray them. So they always use the intoxicating, intoxicant to, to forget. Use the alcohol to forget everything that they have gone so far. So this is also, they didn't know that. Yeah, drinking it is not good. Drinking it is not good. It's bad. But in order to forget it, in order to to have a good feeling, they have to drink it. Yeah, they have to drink it to forget the bad memory, to forget the bad memory. And the last part, the last factors that I want to raise is about the addiction factor. Addiction factors in our, if we talk about this, our palate, our mouth, we have the palate, we have palate, palate. When we eat and when we drink something, if we attach the, the sense or touch the taste of something, and the first day it could be difficult for us to drink. And yeah, it's not only the drink, it's not only the intoxicating drinks, it's also about the sweet drink as well, like carabao, like kuchula, like sting, like something like that. That is sweet drinks. Yeah, sweet drinks. The first thing that we drink is, sometimes it's difficult to drink. It's tough to drink, but from day to day, our palate, it become to attach, it become to to get that taste. And at that, from day to day, they become, they cannot live without it. So they are addicted to the intoxicating drinks, intoxicant. They need it every day. So these are the four factors that I have realized about the intoxicant and why people still use it, by knowing that it is harmful to their health and harmful to their body, their mentality, and something like that. And that's all. Thank you for my answer.
Thank you. Well, Hante Rata, would you like to add anything to that, or did he cover it all?
Okay, thank you. Actually, he almost covered all about why people still drink, why people still use alcoholic drink. Actually, it is we mentioned earlier. It become common. It become popular in the society. Even we are sad. Even we are happy. We are stressed. We meet each other and then we use it. People still use it. It become popular nowadays, even in ceremony, as Venerable Kumon said. It's difficult sometimes. I'm very happy that my father stopped using it. Last time we also used it, and I'm very sad, very unhappy at that time. I think I will tell him one day, but I'm his son, and then it's difficult to me to tell him to stop using it. But unfortunately, because he meant a lot to me, so unfortunately he stopped using it. I'm so happy. I'm very happy. As our Venerable said, it is because according to the environment, to the government as well, because the Buddha said, the Buddha taught in Theravada, in Buddhism, in Buddhist society, we prohibit to use the alcoholic drink. Even we sell it, even we advertise it, even we buy it for others, it should be prohibited. It should not do it. We should not do it to share, to advertise, to buy. Because in Buddhism, there are 5 full wrong trade, including the business, the trade dealing in intoxicant as well, dealing in alcoholic drink as well. Because of that, we should, how to say, we should not advertise, we should not buy for others. Because of society value it, our society value it and give the priority to it. Whether in the meeting, especially in a ceremony, there is some idea that when you do not drink, you will be isolated, you will be discarded, you will have no friend, no one want to associate with you because you do not drink. Go away from my group, go away from my team, from me because you do not drink. It's not a good idea. It's an evil idea, an evil view that people do like this, that people have an idea like this, because the Buddha said that it is that kind of self-indulgence, as in Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the two extremes, the Dvianta. The first one, self-indulgence, the practice itself, indulgence, Kammasakhalika Yoga. And the second one, self-mortification, the practice in self-mortification, Attakalamatthana Yoga. It comes to self-indulgence. We try to, try to, try to comfort ourselves by drinking, try to comfort ourselves by enjoying sensual desire. Yeah. When we drink, as we know the consequences. When we drink, we spend much money. We get addicted to women. We go to gambling. We play games, something like that, because it causes to harmfulness. But people still use it because they want to enjoy the sensual desire. It is that kind of self-indulgence. But that's why it is it is one of the factors in the precept, in the 5 precepts, because the precepts, the sila is the core foundation, the basis for samadhi, for vipassana, because it is like that. If we indulge in sensual desire like drinking, our mind will not calm, will not tranquil. យើងអត់មានសមាធិអត់មានចិត្តស្ងប់ដើម្បីនឹងប្រារព្ធប្រព្រឹត្តក្នុងការអប់រំចិត្តធ្វើនៅសេចក្តីល្អបានទេ so that's why we have to avoid it, but because of they want to enjoy life, because of their wrong view, their wrong understanding, they try to use it. Even when someone say that the Buddha said wrong to my mind, to my understanding. When I drink, when I go to karaoke, to KTV, I'm happy and enjoy my life. But sometimes some people may blame the Buddha, may say that the Buddha say wrong thing, because they when they drink, they can enjoy life. They still enjoy life. Something like that. Thank you so much.
Thank you both. Now that we learned how consuming intoxicants can affect us both physically, mentally, and could even lead us to death as well. So by practicing like the 5th precept, we, like both Bhante had mentioned that by practicing the 5th precept, we should learn to train ourselves to become aware of ourselves, like he mentioned. Meditation, Tapatana, aware of our situation, not becoming intoxicated, and learn to be aware and be responsible, so we can live harmoniously in a peaceful way. So, the Buddha's way of life. So, Bhante Ratha, how shall one practice this precept? And then after that, we'll go to Bhante Kim Hong.
Okay, thank you so much. It must be the last question, right? Because time is almost now.
Yes.
Okay. I come back with the violating the precept, the 5th precept, because we discussed about the 5th precept, Sura Meraya, the 5th precept in the 5 precepts. Violating this precept, they are for the lay people. There are 4 conditions to violate or to break this rule. That means to break this precept. There are four conditions for lay people. The first thing, the intoxicant, because they have the intoxicant. And the second one, the intention. They have the intention to drink, to take the intoxicant. The third one, the activity to ingest, to swallow the intoxicant. And the last point, the actual act, the actual ingestion of intoxicant. I mean, the actual swallowing in the throat of the intoxicant. So for lay people, they practice with these four conditions, with these four factors. But for Buddhist monk like me and Venerable Kim Hong, practice to violate this precept, we need only two conditions. The first one, an intoxicant. That means we have an intoxicant. And then the third one, the swallowing, the actual swallowing or ingesting of intoxicant in our throat to our stomach. Why? Buddhist monk no need to have the intention to drink. For example, even when we are in a sleep, when we are sleeping, people may put the intoxicant in our mouth and we swallow it, we ingest it in our stomach. So the Buddhist monk break this rule, break this precept. But for lay, they need intention to drink and the activity to swallow it, to ingest it, so that they break this rule. Because lay, what we call Satchataka, that means the intention to drink. And then for Buddhist monk, Achataka, without intention to drink. Even he has no intention to drink, but he don't know it is even he doesn't know it is the intoxicant, but he put it in his mouth, and then go through to the stomach. That means he broke this rule. So how should we practice the fifth precepts? There are some techniques, there are some methods that we can stop, how to stop drinking. That means the first thing, we have to develop yoniso manasika. That means to have the right attention, to have the right view, to understand that it is wrong. It causes harmful to our life, others, our life in the present and also in the future. In Buddhist point of view, we need three techniques, three methods. The first thing, the environment, because on where we live. So we as our venerable mentioned about peer pressure, about our society. So when we live in the drunkard society, when we associate with the drunkard person, and then they will lead us to drink as well. So we need to live in the environment that people do not drink. Focus on who we associate, and where we live. If we live in the group or in the environment that people use alcoholic drink, and then we associate with friends that use alcoholic drink, we become a drunkard. But if we do not associate with the people like that, and then we go away from them, and then we will avoid using it. This is the first thing. The second thing, in Buddhist tradition, in Buddhist point of view, when we, for Buddhist monk especially, when we commit a wrong action, we commit offense, we usually have the intention to announce to other, to tell to other, oh, I commit this thing wrongly, I commit that thing wrongly. So we tell to our friends, in order that they know we have the intention to stop doing it. So to announce to other, when you have friends, when you get addicted to intoxicant or alcoholic drink, we can announce to your friend, or tell to your friend that, oh, I want to stop, I have the intention to stop. And then your peer, your friends will, but if you tell to your friends that do not use the alcoholic drink, if you tell to the one who use it, that one will curse you, will blame you. But if you want to stop it, you have to tell to your friend that do not use the alcoholic drink, and then I want to stop it. I have the intention to stop it. So your friend will alert you when you hold the glass or you hold the bottle. Your friend will alert you. You said to me last time, you announced to me last time that you have the intention to stop it. You have the intention not to use the alcoholic drink, something like that. And the last point that we need to practice, we need to put into practice to train our mind. As we mentioned a lot that drinking alcohol, using intoxicant will cause to headlessness, will cause to forgetfulness, negligence, pamada, something like that. So we need to try our mind. The well-trained mind, the well-trained mind will become peaceful, become peace. So we need to meditate sometime. We need to meditate to control, to try to control, to try to tame, to train our mind. I want to raise another point that we should put into practice in our daily life. Talking about the 4 factors that you want to develop yourself. I mean, the 4 fundamentals for self-development. That means the first thing, to associate. Your peer, your friend is, influential for your life. So you need to have a good friends. That is about the environment you live in. You have to associate with a good friend. You have to associate with the wise. Everyone do not want to call a drunkard, something like that. So you need to associate the first thing, and then to listen to them carefully, to listen to them wisely, and then to use the third one, to use our right intention, wise intention. That in Buddhism we call Yoniso Manasika, mean ការគិតត្រូវក្នុងរឿងហេតុផលក្នុងកិច្ចគួរមិនគួរកិច្ច what to do and what not to do, something like that. And the last thing, you have to practice it. You have to practice it accordingly, right? Dhamma do Dhamma padepano. That means you have to put into practice it accordingly. You have to direct oneself, set oneself in the right course, in the right doctrine. The 5 precepts is the basis for life. To become manusa, the real manusa, become the real human being, only if we observe precept. Do not kill. No killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, no lying, and no drinking alcohol. Only when we observe this, we undertake this, and then we become a real human. If we do not observe, undertake the 5 precepts, will become manusapeto, manusatirichano, manusaniriyako, something like that, because we are overwhelmed, we are influenced by unwholesome rooted consciousness like lopaha, tosa, moha, something like that. When we try to observe, to undertake the 5 precepts, it means we avoid, we abstain, we try to suppress, we try to upside down, we try to eliminate this 3 unwholesome rooted consciousness, like lopaha, rooted consciousness, hatred rooted consciousness, delusion rooted consciousness, something like that. But we try to put it into practice, to set oneself in the right course. So when we practice this condition, this factor will become developed, will become prosperous in our life, in the present and the hereafter. So we need to focus on the environment where we live, the country we live, the society we live, and then to associate. I mean, the Buddha said, support is so pasang seva, to associate with the wise, not to associate with the fool. To associate with the fool, that means no highest blessing, but to associate with the wise, they mean the highest blessing. And then atta samapaneti, it means set oneself in the right course. And then in daily life, we need to do things wisely, to do things righteously, to do meritorious for the sake for our own self, and for others as well. To do the benefit, to commit the to fulfill the benefit for our own self and for others. If we observe the 5 precepts, especially the 5th precept, no drinking alcohol, that means we do for the sake for our own self and for the others. But if we drink and when we buy for others, we try to advertise this, we harm oneself and also others. So what we do will condition us, will shape us and shape others, shape our present and shape our future as well. Thank you so much.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Well, I'm going to turn to Bhante Phimhong. I think Bhante Rata had covered a lot already. I just want to ask you, what would be your last word to give to us before we leave this program? Because our program is toward at the end. So for you, give us the last word for all of us. And so, yes.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Madam Moderators, Venerable Sarata. Oh, yeah, really appreciate your speaking. Yeah, cover all the points. And yeah, the audience, how do you feel about that? And you get, a session, very important points in the speaking today. Yeah, I really appreciate that speaking. My last word in the topic today in our live stream today, program today is the, 5 moral precepts, as Venerable Sarata said, is the human being's precept. It's what, we have to, it's our obligation. It's our obligation. We must observe it. We must observe it and practice it everyday life and refrain from it, not to do the 5 thing, the 5 bad thing that we have live on live stream from the first precept until the 5th precept today. And you yourself, you control yourself to observe that precept. Not everybody to be a representative to observe for you. You yourself. And one more thing, we are Buddhists, and you all are Buddhists. The audience is. You are Buddhists, and we are Buddhists. We Khmer, Khmer in the United States and also in the Cambodia. We all, mostly, most of us are Buddhists, 95%. So Buddhists, we have to, to do something as the good samples, as a good sample, an example for our next generation, not to use it too much and not to use it too much in a ceremony, in a party, in the festival. Just minimize it, make it less in order to make good sample for our next generation and make our country more developed and in the morality and in friendliness. Thank you so much. That's all.
Thank you. So yes, I think the main goal, like Venerable Rata mentioned, is that it's very important who you associate with, and you wanted to make sure that you use your wisdom, select of who you wanted to associate with, because that's very important, and also to have a good right view, and then do meditations that would help us as well. So our time is ending. So before we end our live show, I'd like to share the merit from this Dhammadana with all living beings in the whole universe. May all be happy and peaceful. And so once again, thank you so much to our honorable speakers for sharing with us today. And finally, I'd like to express sincere thanks to Dhamma Life team, founders, directors, and advisors, members, admin, and technical team for providing us such a wonderful support to make this program possible. And last but not least, thank you, Thank you, everyone, for joining and following our live show as always. Now let us spend a few minutes practicing Metta Bhavana, loving kindness meditation, and which will be instructed by Bante Gasapat Hunkamra.
Hello everyone. Let us practice loving friendliness meditation for oneself. Self-loving friendliness meditation is the first section of Metta meditation. Self-loving friendliness meditation is designed to direct you to happily take care of yourself, to honestly forgive yourself, to truly accept yourself without conditions. Before starting, please find a very comfortable posture. Close your eyes. Relax your head, your shoulders, your arms, and your entire body. Please slowly take a very deep breath 3 times. When it is done, let your breath flow as naturally as it does. Observe your breath without judgment, reactions, and criticism. Just merely observe it as the way it is while you are listening to my Pali Metta chanting. Aham Now, please create a very tender smile on your face. Visualize your happy and smiling face. You are a very happy person with smiling face. Please keep smiling with honest heart, because you are going to bless yourself. Please be aware of the phrases which I am going to recite, and let yourself honestly feel the real meanings of the phrases. May I be well and happy. May I be free from hatred. May I be free from ill will. May I be free from anger. May I be free from physical and mental sufferings. May I take care of myself happily. May I take care of myself happily. May I take care of myself happily. Now, take your right hand and place it on your chest, and you can mentally repeat after me. In this home, we are family. We live under the same shelter, so we must be kind to each other, be compassionate to each other, be friendly to each other, help each other, respect one another, be happy every day, keep smiling with honest heart, be grateful, be positive, forgive even when it's really hard. Before open your eyes, please take again a very deep breath 3 times. Thank you. May you be well and happy.